mother, because I was the fifth child of my family, and my sister is not even 1 year elder than me, 11 months elder than me. That you understand that I had hardly any time with my mother. Then the lady who took care of my home, and there the people, she was a Bondo lady. Right from childhood, I think, for whom are we studying? Do they know that we are studying them, or we are using them more of a subject, of a static object or a subject? And if we say that we want to empower them, if they understand their culture, the Bondo in Naga, where Naga Hills again area where I worked a little longer, and Professor Claire Smith who was in Varungas, today she is with the Varungas, so she may not be able to join us. And then the question comes, if we allow them to study their past, if they do their past, then what is our position? Who are we? There is a conflict between indigenous and non-indigenous. Most of the people who are doing archaeology are non-indigenous people trying to understand archaeology past through indigenous people. We most of our, but then again, who is non-indigenous, who is indigenous? At certain place, we say, if you go to hill area, it's Naga, you can say Naga Hill. But if you go to Mando area, there are 4 communities which are in Madhya Pradesh, as we are indigenous. So who studying for whom? So that is the background of this book, and taking that into and so the rationale of this book became, across the world, the heritage is under now increasing stress of globalization. When the globalization accelerates, to where the heritage was. The heritage, when those buildings were made, they were made for certain specific eco zones. They were made for specific, in a case like, if you take example Dholavira, the hydrology was made for specific number of people, specific number of visitors, specific number of people who can use it. But when you accelerate the globalization, then what impact comes of that? Then it comes to tourism, becomes very diversified nowadays. Every tourist has different demand. But then the heritage rule, what about the heritage rule? Who comes there? The heritage is made by whom? That the specific feature was made by whom? So how do we respect that? If the tourism diversified from different belief system people come in, the cultural diversity also starting to erode. So this is a class, and the environment changes, developmental pressure increases, and that comes the protection of heritage is about identity. And the identity and the dynamic and variability, that has become a bigger challenges now, and about ensuring the survival of cultural diversity. If you think of identity, the identity, will this identity of cultural identity will safeguard the cultural diversity, or it will become the other way around? The more we talk about identity, more we talk about our own indigenous identity, then it is going to affect this, and that is more or less mirrors in the biodiversity. Because the cultural identity, indigenous identity is invariably related to biodiversity. If you make that cultural diversity as a tourist place, as a heritage, then what about this natural biodiversity? Biodiversity is natural, we cannot play with that. In that context, then its loss reduces the benefits of humankind can derive from them. So we need to, in one way, talk about heritage protection, then we have to talk about biodiversity protection. If you don't do that, the balance goes, and in that balance goes, then for our future we are not giving anything. And this connection remains now very poorly understood, specifically in South Asia. We start doing archaeology without worrying about what would happen to